So in this video we're going to make some roasted maca. Now you're going to need a few things. Obviously you're going to need an oven, you're going to need a baking pan, cookie sheet, whatever, and of course, most importantly, some maca. So basically what I've done is I've taken some maca, spooned it out of my bag, and just spread it on this pan to where it's nice and even. Now you'll see the oven is at 350 degrees. So now what we're going to do is basically take our maca and put it in the oven, push it in, close the door, and then we're going to wait for just a few minutes and get in there and just stir it up and make sure it cooks evenly, and just pay attention to the smells and just check up on it every few minutes. Alright, so it's been about less than 10 minutes here, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. Might be faster or slower depending on how your oven works. Some ovens are faster or slower. If you bake, you know what I mean. So here you can see that on the sides it's a little bit more brown than on the outsides. So what we want to do to avoid that is basically take our nifty spatula here and just stir it up and just move this around. Alright, so I've taken my spatula and I've kind of broken this up a little bit, and as you can see, it's, it looks kind of chunky. It's not a big deal. It's going to happen when you put it in your bag and put it in your jar. It'll break down back into a powder. This is to be expected because you're baking a powder by itself in the oven, so of course it's going to dry out a little bit. But we want to avoid the ends overcooking. See how this end over here is darker than the stuff in the middle? So we just want to spread this around to make sure that we get everything even and that we get a nice uniform consistency with our roasted maca here. So I'm going to put this back in the oven for a few more minutes and just keep an eye on it until the whole batch gets this dark, rich brown color. Alright, so here we have our finished product of dark, rich roasted maca. You can see here on the side some of it got a little bit toasted, but that's okay. That'll just add to the rich, nutty, almost kind of like peanut buttery, malty flavor. It tastes like a peanut butter malt almost. It's such a rich, dark, full flavor that you get when you roast it like this. But also the effects are quite a bit more noticeable, and this is just a unique ingredient that you can add to your drinks, all of your creations, and it's just a really unique flavor that you really won't be able to get from anything else. So that's how you roast your own maca. Now, of course, you need to buy your own raw maca, which you can get it for anywhere from $10 to $15 for a pound. Whereas this roasted stuff goes from anywhere to $30 for $60 a pound on the internet. But obviously you can do it in your home for much cheaper and much quicker, much easier, and it's much more reasonable and sustainable for the long term.